Section 5.3 has solving proportions with word problems. So problem number 1 on page 391, it says a photograph that measures 6 inches wide and 4 inches high is to be enlarged so that the width will be 15 inches. What will the height be of the enlargement? Well, there's a couple of ways we can set this up into a proportion. So they're giving us the information. We have 4 inches wide, 6 inches long, 8 inches high as the variable, and 15 inches long. So if we set this up, we have 4 inches on the small width. So I'm going to write small width, small picture, and that's going to be over 6 inches. It's going to be the small figure's length. Okay? And that's going to be equal to the large picture's width, and that's an H at this point, and the length is 15 of the large picture, large length, and that's 15. Now when I set this up, I call it has to equal a tic-tac-toe grid. Okay, so I have width, width, length, length, small, small, large, large. So I have this tic-tac-toe grid looking setup, and as long as I have that when I do my setup, all I have to do then is to cross multiply and divide. So I'm going to rewrite this here without the grid on it. So now we would cross multiply and divide. So here are the two that line up. So 15 times 4 is 60. I divide by the odd guy out, which is 6, and I'm going to get 10. Correct. So cross multiply and divide solves all of these proportions. The key, though, is to set them up correctly. Okay, I had width, width on the top. I had length, length on the bottom. I had small, small on the left. I had large, large on the right. And when I line those all up, I get my tic-tac-toe type grid. And as long as I have that, I'm going to be able to do the math really quick at that point. It's the setup. That's the hard part. So let's take a look at another one of these. Here's a word problem. It says a fire code requires a school classroom to have at least 50 square feet of floor space for every 3 students. What is the minimum number of square feet needed for 30 students? So we're setting this up here as an equal ratio. So it says 50 feet of floor space. So since that came first in the problem, I'm going to put it up on top. So 50 feet squared of floor space for every 3 students. Okay, so I have feet over students. So on the next part of the question says, what is the minimum number of square feet needed for 30 students? So the information they gave me is 30 students. They're on the bottom. Therefore, they need to stay on the bottom over here. They have to all line up. Remember that tic-tac-toe grid type of deal. So I have 30 students, and I'm looking for the number of square feet, and so that matches with being on the top. So feet, feet on the top, students, students on the bottom. Given, given, that's the information they gave me. I'm hunting for this, so that's all lined up. So I've got my tic-tac-toe grid. So now I'm going to cross multiply and divide, and I would get 500. That's right. 1,500 divided by 3 is 500 square feet. All right, let's take a look at another. Okay, the next group of questions in the book has to do with this set of word problems. If a fir tree is 30 feet tall and casts a shadow of 18 feet, how tall is a tree that casts a shadow of 48 feet? Well, again, I like to start with the information that they give me in the problem. So as I'm setting up my ratio here, I have 30 feet tall tree, so 30-foot tree casts a shadow of 18 feet. Okay, so I have tree over shadow. The next part of the problem, it says how tall is a tree that casts a shadow of 48 feet? Well, my shadow's on the bottom down here. So I want to make sure that shadow is on the bottom on this side. So shadow is 48 feet. So, and I'm looking for how tall a tree is. So I have X tree. So everything lines up. Remember, I have to have that tic-tac-toe thing. Okay, so there's my tic-tac-toe grid. Kind of looks at, I have tree, tree, shadow, shadow, given, given, look for. Everything kind of lines up there. So now I can just cross multiply and divide. So numbers are getting kind of big. We can do them any way you want. Calculator is perfectly acceptable. So we're going to cross multiply and divide. So we have 30 times 48 equals 1440. Divide by the odd guy out. Gives us a total of 80. It's the setup. Setup has got to be critical. Let's do one more real quick. I'm just going to read it out of the book and then we'll set it up. So a manufacturer of sports equipment makes 9 footballs for every 12 soccer balls. So he has 9 footballs for every 12 soccer. How many footballs are made in a day when 108 soccer balls are made? Well, where does soccer go? On the bottom, correct. So, soccer's on the bottom, stays on the bottom. So we're looking for football. So again, we're going to cross multiply and divide. Calculator is fine. 9 times 108 divided by 12, 81. Okay, setup has to be all lined up. So football, football, soccer, soccer, given, given, look for. We have our tic-tac-toe grid, and we're set. Good luck with the setups and the homework.